What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the simulator again. Welcome back to the channel. Turbo Talon Golf. My round of golf's been rained out. I think this is my third video of the day or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm probably gonna pay for it tomorrow dearly. But let's play SGT Tour Winter 2025. Sanderson Farms. The course is Country Club of Jackson. We have played about 8 or 10 rounds on this course recently. 6,200, 6,300 yard tees, Friday pins, gimme auto putts set to 5. Green firmness is normal, fairway firmness is normal, and the tournament it is about 930 feet or so. Let's load it up. Doesn't even take very long to load the damn round anymore because of the, it's probably in the cache or whatever the hell it's called. A lot of golf today, a lot of golf. Guessing that's not the first time we've been here today. We weren't able to hit quite 150 ball speed. Smash factor was 147 and club speed was 101. I don't think I can keep the pace up all day long, but I do enjoy a good challenge. Let's see if we can get a punch shot out of here. Deep rough. Probably not getting much of crap out of here, honestly. We got penalized real bad out of that lie. Oh, just smoked that ball. Come back. This will be the worst, I think the worst score we've had on the first hole in quite a while. If stupidity reigns supreme here. There's a good chance you could bounce your ball into that water. Not a great idea. Not a great idea, because it's not going to go through. There's no chance of it going through. So you can try to go this way, which might be a better idea, but I don't even want to mess with the water, honestly. Maybe that's right there. I just don't want to mess with it at all. Oops, I don't want to be doing that. Bit thick there. Was not looking at the ball on contact. That never really works out. Okay, we're 2 over after 2. Not very promising. We'll see what we can do though. I would imagine these are going to get much more difficult as they progress, because we're only to SGT. Bit of a hiccup there, huh? If it's okay to play it as it lies, then why is it a lateral hazard? Answer me this. Good drive, but tree trouble. Tree trouble, tree trouble, tree trouble. I can get out right here, or I can hit some stupid ass shot that's gonna maybe go through the trees and maybe not. That's probably our best bet, even though that's a bit of a shady place to hit a golf ball. We'll see what we can do. Steve, I'm surprised to see you here after our last encounter. Real life handicap is 20.5, that's USGA. I don't know what my SGT handicap is. Pretty thick there. GSPro starts to hiccup pretty good in some spots, but it doesn't affect anything. It's just a graphical hiccup. And now we got even more work to do. 110, 120. Okay, we are back on a playing surface. Drive was decent, but it didn't quite land anywhere worth a shit. Okay, we're already higher. We've already got more strokes over par now than we did in the Web Plus Tour. So hopefully we can not continue this trend, but they do get progressively more difficult. Because I think after this it's Pro Tour, Tips Tour, and those are just gnarly. So let's hope we can keep the score over 2 rounds down. Pulled it. Excuse me, pushed it. Excuse me, pulled it. We'll see if we can't get the 58-degree wedge to do something here. Putting is rough today, guys. Putting's rough. HLA was 0.7 to the right. Yeah, we're not gonna get anything today, guys. That's some bad golf. Let's see if we can keep the ball speed over 150. Uh, 147.8, it should be on the fairway. Smash was 144. It actually takes quite a lot of effort to get to 150 ball speed. 160, 170, 180 would be just absolute pandemonium. 244 to the pin. Get up there. Okay, on into, let's let the flat stick do some work. This is a eagle putt, but it's obviously not going in. It's statistically too far. We will do our best though to try to decipher this break. It's uphill, it's a little leaky to the right, and it's a long ways away. Hopefully we can snag a birdie out of this because this round is going pretty rough here. We got to hit 43 feet of feel, and it's all uphill, so we got to get the ball there. I promise you that'll be there plus some. That's a crummy blown birdie, but we'll get out of here with a par. Oh, dude, We ain't getting nothing from SGT today. It's gonna take everything we got. It's gonna take everything we got today. Okay, boy, that was an eagle attempt and then a birdie attempt, and then finally we skeeted out of there with a par, thankfully, to break the streak. A lot of golf left to play. We got a bunch of rounds, holes left in this round, and then round 2. And then if I haven't died by then, I'm gonna play, the Pro Tour. Okay, that ball was nuked. It's gonna be on the left side of the fairway though. 155 ball speed, 105 club speed. Not breaking any records, right? But 280 total. I seem to have lost my mind. Irons are kind of killing us right now. We may be back on the bogey train here, unfortunately. The putting feels different, but the settings are all the same. I do believe we're playing normal greens at an 11 stimp. It just feels so much less forgiving. Yeah, normal 11, which makes me kind of scared for the pro and tips tours if I get to them. It's probably going to be a pretty tough couple of rounds here, guys. We're already over the score we got over both rounds in the last tour, and we're only 7 holes in, so things could get ugly here. Steve, if you're still here, why are you asking me these questions? Oh, that ball just kept going. Okay, maybe we can get back up there. .22 delicious little yards. I think Steve's gone. Last time he was in my chat, he said some very rude shit, so. right, guys, let's plan on playing bogey golf through both rounds. Maybe be, I don't know, 30. I mean, it's a bit early to tell, but we're almost halfway through the first round, so we're 25% through. Probably looking at 25 to 35 over par in over both rounds. Things seem to have ramped up the difficulty level from the Web Plus to here, but that could just be me playing too much golf today. I don't know. That's exactly where the ball landed last time. That's actually kind of funny. "75 yards. Oh, uh-oh, guys. This golf's getting ugly. It's getting ugly. 22. That was a pretty good chip, but it probably is going to make us putt anyway. Okay, hopefully we can keep hitting some pars. We need some pars. Probably not gonna have a ton of birdie looks. Ball speed was above 150, which is pretty sweet. The part that's not pretty sweet is there's a tree. There's a tree between us and the green. Oh, is that more toey crap? Oh man, oh man. Is it on the fairway even? Yeah, it gave us that. Oh boy. It's gonna be a tough couple of rounds, guys. What's up, semi-hemi powered gaming? That is a long ass handle, sir. How are you? 189. Let's just try to get something near the green. Shankin' Birdies is downloading GSPro now. I love it, dude. I love it. Okay. That club went entirely too far. That was a 4-iron. It's not supposed to carry that far, so let's hope the old magic 58-degree wedge is going to get us out of trouble again. We're going to have a long putt downhill on a par 3, so we're likely taking another bogey. "24 feet uphill." Shankenbirdie says he's tired of watching us play and just hitting on the square driving range. So he's going to download some courses on GSPro. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Okay, Steve's a better man than me. He's still in the chat, which is crazy as shit. He says he doesn't take things personally. We're talking about an exchange that occurred a few days ago. I think Shankenbirdie's might have been in there. Talking trash to golfers, blaming the sim at sim is encouraged. I don't know what you're trying to say. My square treats me good. I truly was just ribbing. Sorry for the misunderstanding. You're a better man than me, dude. But let's let bygones be bygones. I'm sorry for the things I said too. Luckily, the YouTube cut off the end of the stream, so the terrible things I said will not live in infamy. Okay, trying to get the ball speed up is challenging. You do not find a lot of fairways. And that ball speed wasn't even that good. I kind of wish I could have that one back, but that's not how things work. We're getting left in some precarious positions. And I genuinely feel like the difficulty level ramped up, even though this is the same course. Are we just going to go from terrible position to terrible position? And Steve, I usually don't blame the sim. I blame the shitty GSPro software. You just caught me on a different day than normal. $150. Yeah, dude, I started golfing about 14 months ago, so if you're looking for fireworks, you may want to find some other channel. As evidenced by that. This hole is definitely pulled our butthole out a couple of times now. Let's just drop the ball and hit over the water. It's just normal rough. We were having a pretty good day on the Web and Web Plus tours, but the diarrhea meter has been ramped up quite a bit now that I think we're in SGT. The diarrhea meter has ramped up quite a bit. And I don't know what it is because all the settings are the same. But I do find that the simulator, it basically subtracts 10 or 15 strokes from your on-course handicap from the almost year I've been using it, I think. Okay, shanking birdies. Do you have this thing, do you have this connector up, but for the square launch monitor, can you see this? But it'll look different. Mine's connected to the ProTee. Now, here's the confusing part is if you use the GSPro connector, you can't realign your square without going into the square software. Okay, you said it's in the background. Are you showing green here and green here? This is actually two different bars. Sometimes it'll show like green and red and you won't have a ready light here. Using the square launch monitor with GSPro is it's a bit different because you got to memorize where your spot is. Because the square's only got like a, I don't know, 30 centimeter square or something. Okay, if you're connected and you go to the GSPro driving range under practice and see what your shots look like. They're probably going to look like they do in the square software, but if you go and you're able to hit golf balls, like this little light on the square, the middle light will turn green when it's seeing your ball, and obviously you need this IR stuff on, but just let me know what you need and I'll walk you through it because some of it's super confusing. With the ProTee VX, I've got it set up so this whole hitting strip, it'll recognize the ball anywhere on it. But the square's a little bit different. And then since I've played Country Club of Jackson about 15 times today, if you want to get in and play a scramble or something, I can walk you through that because Lord knows this isn't going very well. We can play Bandon Dunes or something, big fairways, whatever you want to do. Or if you just want to mess around on your own, let me know. I'm not asking you to obligate to anything. Steve says, I'm playing good for only playing for 14 months. I appreciate it, man. Golf's extremely difficult compared to most other sports, so I'll get there. We'll get there. That's another double. I don't even remember what happened on that hole, but now we got a clean slate. We do have more water in play though. 350. I'm just gonna watch the chat, shanking birdies. Let me know if you need help. We can get on Discord, whatever you want to do. I got rained out of my round of golf, so I'll probably be in the sim better part of the day. This, oh, and shanking birdies, another fair warning to you. The simulator's way more sensitive to over-the-top shots than real life is, right? Like I'm 50 yards offline and I came over the top, slightly over the top. That would have been dead down the fairway outside. So just, if you're already a slicer in real life, the simulator is going to really like enhance that, I guess is a bad word maybe, but it's going to really like call you out on your slices. But other than that, should have a great time. How long has this damn broadcast been anyway? God, 40 minutes and we're on the 12th hole, huh? I'd say these greens are playing, they're technically 11 stimp, but they're certainly playing like 11.9999 stimp. I can tell they're way leakier and way harder to get the ball to the cup than the other tours have been. Oh, you couldn't let that drop? Sometimes in GSPro the hole swallows your ball, and sometimes your ball rolls right over the damn cup and it don't go in. So have fun with that. Oh hell, did we hit a golf shot there? That's the best shot I've had this round. We'll take that. I was pretty confident I could drain hole shots at this distance in the other two tours, but something's a little bit different here. Something's a little different. Everything's a little leakier and a little quicker now. I hope Shankin' Birdies is busy hitting golf balls on the driving range. No, you're probably in the course search menu like downloading courses like a madman. I bet that's what you're doing. I remember that's what I did when I first downloaded GSPro. Just downloading everything I could get my dirty little hands on. And then also Shankin' Birdies, if you didn't know, there's certain courses that are hidden behind paywalls, Patreon paywalls. I wasn't aware that I was not being calm, but I will certainly calm down. At your request, my lord. Everything's starting to look the same here. $50 yards. This is gonna leak hard. Let's just watch this leak. 29 feet of feel. Just watch it leak like an old faucet. Not too bad. This is a drivable par 4. Maybe we can get a stroke back. No, I think that was Healy. I'm trying to figure out if the extra distance is worth it or should just go back to the old like neutral stance and stop having to hit through trees like I am now. It's hard to say because the extra distance helps out, especially once you get to the pro and tips tours. Thing actually held the grain. Oh. Let's see here. What's our next option? Can we ever get back to fairway? We cannot. Next option, drop ball. Hell of a round, hell of a round. What do we got left? $160? Too much club. Yeah, dude, it's like, just, like, if you'd have said that to somebody out of the blue that you didn't know, you probably would have got, right? You probably would have got the spit smacked out of your mouth. So, like, if you would like to apply some lubricant before talking shit, that would probably help. That would have probably made that whole situation a lot better. But if we were in two adjacent sim bays at whatever, and you started saying things like you were saying in that chat, we would have had an altercation, right? So use some common sense and don't pop into somebody's chat that you don't know and start talking shit. Because that's nothing you would ever do in real life. Unless you're like 6'7", 320. And then even then I'd still come at you. I just know that I was probably going to the hospital. Just use some common sense, man. Other than that, we're good. Like, try saying that to some rando on the golf course and see how your day goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't talk trash, because now we've developed a relationship. But before, like, I had no idea who the hell you were, where you were from, nothing. Oh, go in the hole. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I think we took a stroke. Need to pay less attention to the chat and more attention to the game. And I also don't know how old you are, like, depending on what generation you are. Maybe you're used to being able to talk trash to people online, but I'm 44 years old, and if I did that stuff when I was younger, I'd have got my ass kicked. Anyway, I digress. Okay, we still coming. Okay, we're still coming over the top, even with a very closed stance. I don't know. Generally, if you don't see a professional golfer doing it, like, I'd have to go look and see what, like, Borgmeyer's stance looks like when he's doing long drive contests. But I don't know how closed his stances are. In fact, I'm bored, so let's go look. Why am I getting Taylor Swift videos in my feed? Oh, Jesus, what have I done? Gross. Okay, Borgmeyer long drive. Longest 3-wood ever. So if you look, I'm not really concerned with how far he hit, we know. But if you look here, his stance is barely closed. And he keeps his back to the target for a very long time. So maybe we adjust fire and try that, because no matter how much I close my stance, it's not taking the slice out. Let's try keeping our back to the target a little bit longer, because it's killing our score here. Steve, if I can ask, what age are you? because it might just be a generational difference. Let's just leave this stock. We ain't getting nothing today, boys and girls. You got to be pretty on point. Or I guess if you don't want to say your age, say Gen X, millennial, whatever you are. Because now I'm kind of interested. Yeah, we ain't getting nothing today, boys. Nothing. Bogey. That kind of helped. Pretty hard to repeat though, because I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. $167. You're 60 years old, huh? That's not what I was expecting, dude. Or maybe that's exactly what I was expecting. I don't know, it don't matter. Pretty crazy though that you'd run up in somebody's chat and start talking shit though. I was not expecting that, you to say you were 60. Everything's breaking more than normal and it's faster than normal, so we gotta be careful here. That didn't go. Okay, rough round, guys. What is that? Plus 16? I don't do public math, but you could see the scorecard is way different than it was on the last two tours. I'm getting tired, or the diarrhea meter's been ramped up, but something certainly changed, even though none of the settings look any different. Stats aren't going to say anything worth a shit. Pause it if you want to. Let's get out to the GSPro splash screen and play round 2. You can see that if I play all of these today, I'm not going to be able to get out of bed in the morning. So now we've jumped up 500 yards to the blue tees. We're playing 6,700 yards. I suck off the tee box, so that's going to hurt me pretty bad. But we're still at normal, but now we're breezy. So, guys, I can't guarantee how this is going to go unless I'm able to get off the tee. Because if you add 500 yards to the total course length, that can be pretty significant. Shankenbirdie says, okay, he's ready, maybe. What course do I need to download? What I did when I first started on GSPro was I went and I looked for the easiest courses that I could find. And usually you have to Google them, but Courses like Bandon Dunes. Bandon Dunes is up in Oregon. Like, you probably don't want to be playing like any of the TPC courses. They're just too hard. Just stuff with big open fairways. And also, if you go into your GSPro, I'll just bring it up. I haven't done anything here yet. If you go into GSPro, we'll end the round. It'll let us resume it. If you go into GSPro local match, if you go over to favorites, click right here, you'll see that, not favorites, popular. Those are my favorites. So make sure you have all courses highlighted and popular, and you'll see that top of the world is #1, Whispering Pines, Cabot Cliffs. There's some of these that I wouldn't play if I were you. Bethpage Black is so damn hard. There's a sign there that says you shouldn't be playing Bethpage Black. But what I'd do is go Google most forgiving courses on GSPro and see what it says. Because some of them are very forgiving, and some of like the TPC courses, they're just going to make you feel really bad about yourself. Scottsdale, Blue Monster at Doral, Valhalla. Steve says to try Paynes Valley. I think Paynes Valley was actually not bad. Go in and download that. I can't even talk. Emerald 10, 11 stimp. And it's at 4,300 feet. We're going to play course. My elevation's 4,300 feet. Don't skimp on the gimme auto putt circle. And I would start out playing 11 stimp greens, because most of the tournaments and stuff that you play are going to be 11 stimp or 12 stimp or 13 stimp. So if you start out with some super low stimp rating, it's just going to make it so you're having trouble later on. But if we load up Paynes Valley, I don't remember. It's by Run Pud Run. He's pretty good. And then there's some stuff you can only get through Patreon by becoming just a paying member of a Patreon. I don't remember what the fairways look like here. Yeah, Wolf Creek's dope. Oh, shit. How long has this god-awful live stream been here? An hour? An hour. Gross. I haven't played Paynes Valley in a hot minute. I mean, looks pretty good to me. Looks really good. Wolf Creek, Payne Valley, Jackson. Georgia Golf Club is insanely hard. Play that one at your own risk. And Shankin' Birdies, I'm guessing you know what golf course Georgia course actually is. It's Pretty famous. You've probably heard of it. Also, do yourself a favor and play soft greens. Just kind of till you get the hang of it, or you're going to be miserable. Miserable. Yep, you got her. It's Augusta. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's the best. Beers and GSPro. Beers and GSPro. Somebody should make a bro country song about that. All right, let's resume this tournament. Was it SGT Tour? Yeah, it was this one. Gross. This course loads so fast now because I've played it 10 times today. Oh, shit. Oh, 150 Wilbur. Well, the wind's already blowing that direction, isn't it? No, don't go that way. I don't need any margaritas. Faux pas. Faux pas. Bogey. Let's not get too many more of them. What time is it? It's almost 2 p.m. local time. I've basically been in here all day except for a run to Costco, so that's fun. That's crazy. That same exact swing path at Paynes Valley, the ball went down the fairway, and that one I just hit was quite far offline. I know they're not exactly the same, and I'm probably full of shit, but something got way harder here. Short game's going to need to be on point because the holes are longer, meaning the probability of being on green in regulation is a lot lower. Not a lot, but significantly lower. And then you pull your head while you're chipping and things like that happen. Bogey golf. Bogey golf. Well, we don't want to be too far over there now, do we? Oh! GSPro's having a bit of a senior moment here, as we all do. Up 4. Let's just get on the green here. There's no use in being a hero. Huh. $165, huh? Got some wind. Well, that ain't gonna cut it now, is it? Huh. All right. It's on a fairway, just not the fairway. 311 to the pin. Crazy. Crazy. This got way harder. This got way harder, or I'm playing that bad. Oh. Okay, what do we got here? Can anyone else, if you're listening, comment on the difference when going from one tour to another in SGT? Because something feels very different here. I can't see any, the only difference I see is, the only difference I can physically see is that they increased the, we went back to the blue tee boxes, but something feels way different here. Like we were getting coddled a little in the web tours, and then they were like, we're not, yeah, like we got to take your training wheels off or something. Something feels different. It could be too much golf today. I don't know, but my God, something feels a lot different here. Why do we need a tree in front of the tee box? What is the point of that? That's crazy. Tree in front of the tee box. Ooh, well-placed bunker, well-placed bunker. I appreciate that. 120 to the pin. Steve says he only plays the web tour. Looks like the angles are harder and longer on back tees. Right, I agree. The tees are back further. But it feels like the putting's a lot less forgiving. And it feels like there's some stuff that's become less forgiving, although I don't know if that's even something that can be manipulated. So all I can chalk it up to is I'm tired and I've been playing too much golf today because something feels so different. Maybe it's just like when you have one of those off days at the golf course and you don't know what's causing it. You just know, all you know is that it's happening. Maybe that's what it is. Because everything feels so sluggish. But maybe it's just me. I know I'm getting tired and I'm starting to hurt, but maybe we can still hang on and not get too high of a score here. I can't imagine how bad the pro and tips are. You got to be pretty brave to play those. That ball died. Pretty brave. They're obviously not made for guys like me, so it doesn't matter. They're not catering to a high handicap golfer. I would almost bet honestly, I would almost bet something's different. Like some massaging algorithm's different. It honestly feels like a different golf course. Same golf course, but so much harder. Because I was basically shooting par, and now I can't even, I'm shooting bogey or double bogey. Because I was super low in the web tours, low for me. And then something changed, dude, I'm telling you. Because now I can barely hold on to bogey golf. It's pretty weird. Granted, we did move back tees, but I don't know. This feels so much different. Like this putt was basically a gimme. Little 7-footer, barely outside the middle of the cup, was basically a gimme. Okay, it did go in, but I don't think it wanted to. That's unfortunate. Boink. Oh, that bounced into a body of water I was not aware of. Can I get a rehit? I'm gonna go ahead. Next option, let's rehit. That was weird. Maybe I'll ask around in the Discord and see if any of those guys have noticed it. Maybe somebody like D-Lud. I think if D-Lud or one of those other guys, if they say no, you're off your rocker, it's probably just me getting tired, which is probably what it is. These shots are starting to get worse and worse and worse and worse, but I really wanted to try the Pro Tour. What happened there? Some Healy goodness. $56 feet. Something feels different here. Something feels different. We are playing bogey golf, which is disappointing, especially after shooting almost scratch in the Web and Web Plus. Not scratch, probably not over both rounds. Ball speed's dropped by a good 10 to 15 miles an hour. Just getting, I think, tired. Let's see here. Maybe the wind's blowing a little better than that. 140. Probably just gonna, for the remainder of these rounds, because they're getting hard or I'm getting worse at golf, probably just be okay with bogey. Might have been a little bit spoiled. Might have gotten spoiled from the web tours. Not a bad drive, nothing to write home about. Ball speed is dropped markedly, but I went back to my neutral stance, so I don't really know what to say about that. It's not neutral, it's still open, but, or closed. Can I have that one back? That was trash. Oh. 136 out of the deep rough. Bogey golf, par 4, 310. Uh-oh. We starting that? That's no good, buddy. That's no good at all. Golf, freaking golf. No. Oh. Toey, 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 toey. son of a biscuit. Too far. Sit. Oh, robbed. Robbed. Okay. Not great for the set of rounds. Pretty colorful scorecard here. Longest drive was almost 300. Best ball speed for said drive was 155. 2 greens in regulation, 8 fairways. Those 2 rounds were markedly more difficult, in my opinion. I may be making excuses here, but those 2 rounds were markedly more difficult than the web tours were. Like a crazy amount of more difficult. Let's roll into the last one for today. Let's do both rounds of the Pro Tour. It's at the same place, except you can expect the green firmness to probably go to firm at some point. Well, in round 2, I would guess that it's going to go to firm, or the stimp's going to go to 13. Something usually happens in this area, and then the wind is usually breezy in the second round. But let's load it up. You can see the course almost loads immediately now. It's been loaded so many times today already. Okay, guys, we got our work cut out for us here. 120 into the pin. Might I say, I have no business playing the Pro and the Tips Tour, but it's good to get repetitions in. And I would assume it's going to be a slaughter fest, but we need to get the reps in. Oh, I am positive at this point that something's different. At least on the greens, something is very different. left of the grain here, pulled it. That putt was actually a mistake. If you look at the horizontal launch angle, that ball should not have gone in. If that was an actual straight putt, that ball would not have gone in the cup. Ball should not have gone in the cup. quite a ways to go here. Quite a ways to go. I think that's short, unfortunately. Let's see if we can chip it by the pin. That was a pretty crummy shot there. Looks like we hit it the wrong direction. It's gonna be on a fairway. Shanking birdies, how's everything going over there? You balls deep in GSPro? Augusta. Yes, Augusta's hard as hell, dude. How do you like GSPro compared to the Square software? Did you see on the connector, whenever my Square disconnects while I'm playing on GSPro, if you go into the connector, which is that other window, and you hit disarm and then rearm, it usually helps. Because sometimes the Square is just going to stop picking your ball up. It's inevitable. But I think that arm disarm button works pretty dang well. Double bogey at Augusta's good. It's not going to win you the Masters, but it's on the, I can't show it to you because I don't have my square connected, but if you go into your connector, if you go into the connector, it's like right here somewhere on the right side. Yeah, there you go. Because it won't show that it's disconnected, it just won't work anymore. But usually the arm disarm, you'll see the infrared lights come back on or go off, then come back on, and then usually it works. It's worked almost every time for me. You've got to have your putting shoes on in the Pro Tour. My God. Shit's hard. Better put them putting shoes on. I would like to hit a toey little draw right now. That's what I would like to do. Let's see if I can hit a toey little draw. It's drawn a little bit. Not enough. Not enough. I needed it to be a little bit more of a toey little draw than that. Too much golf. Oh, too much golf. So hard to sink a putt on these tours, dude. Crazy. Oh. One 190 to the pin. 190 to the pin. Everything's playing pretty damn fast. That was not enough club. Huh. What club did we hit? That did not go far enough. Ooh, I'm getting tired. I think I need to do some hip flexor work at the gym, buddy. Some hip flexor work at the gym. Oh, this hole. We've had trouble with this hole frequently in the past. We might be okay if we don't get a bounce. Should be fine. No, we are in the rough. Why wouldn't we be in the rough? Why the hell not? That's about the sliciest ball that we've hit in this round, so can't even complain. $154, but we're contending with some water, which is never fun. It's not fun. You don't have a good time doing it. I think that was toey. Oh, right into the heart of that bunker. Uh-oh. Man, didn't we do that last time? Five more holes to go, I think. And then we'll play round two, and then I have got to call it a day. My hip flexor's starting to yell at me here. Oh man, he's stopping the fairway for me so I can boost my stats. You're killing me. I need to boost my stinking stats, boy. What happened there? Ooh, that stings. That area sucks. You wouldn't probably find your ball though, or I don't think. I'm sure there's a lot of golf balls missing in there. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would say the ricochet effects in GSPro are pretty bad. They're severely off the mark. just the way, like tree bark isn't probably going to accelerate your ball. Like it's not going to hit the tree and fall to the base of the tree. I get that. You're not hitting it into a cactus. But the physics are kind of off, and the ball does accelerate, I think. But one could also argue you shouldn't be hitting trees with your golf ball, right? Like, grow up, learn to golf. That hole stung pretty bad. This is a ricocheting golf balls. Long game's been pretty good. I am losing ball speed. I'm getting pretty tired at this point. I think we've been sim golfing for, I don't know, 5-6 hours. But the short game's kind of letting me down. And putting got a lot more difficult starting at the SGT tour. Before that, if you could keep your HLA under control, you had a really good chance of putting the ball in the hole, but something has changed. Or I'm wrong. I mean, guys, these SIGPRO tees are really good, but they're certainly not without their flaws. Sometimes the knot will come undone, and it's really hard to get it back through the hole on the tee because of the way that you know how like the end of a piece of string frays out at bird cages or whatever they call it. It's usually, if you can get the end of the string started, you're usually fine. And then you just twist the string so that the bird caging kind of is reduced. These holes are damn long, guys. They are damn long. Oh, it's gonna make me putt. Ball almost went in the cup there. This ain't gonna be no gimme either. Seventeenth hole, we're almost done with round one. Oh, I haven't hit a sky ball in a while. Hopefully it's on the fairway. Okay, we're good, we're good. Pretty high ball there. Certainly not low. 225. It's a par 4, so it's not a terribly long par 4. We shouldn't be in too much trouble. Oh, come on, draw over. Right club, wrong direction. But the shot was mostly good. It was mostly good. Ooh, we ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing on these higher level tours. You got to be dead accurate on the putting surface, or you're gonna get your scorecard's gonna suffer for it. Maybe that'll fade over. Yeah, we should be fine. Still got a ways to go, and it's a par 4, if you can believe that. 185. What'd I do there? It was in to out. Just didn't quite feel right. Got a ton of green to play with here. Got to make this for par, so it looks like we're going to get out of here 11 over, unless I can manage to get this ball to drop. But the putting is markedly more difficult now. Okay, not a bad round, 11 over for a pretty rookie golfer. Lots of pars, lots of bogeys, and then we had a triple there, which is really bad, and a double there, which is fine. Stats are fine. We had 4 greens and 10 fairways, 10 pars. I can't complain here, guys. Let's get out to the GSPro splash screen and finish round 2 of the Pro Tour Winter. Nothing changed here except for now we're playing breezy wind, which means everything's going to be between, I think, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Everything else is fine. We have not gone to firm greens or 13 stimp yet, which is pretty awesome because that really makes putting miserable. One gallon of water down. I'm sure my pee's still dark yellow though. Decent way to start out the round. Not the longest drive in history, but we've got a peek at the hole here. I don't know, we should be aimed on the green, not here. There. Come on, draw over, draw over. Correct club, almost correct, direction. We're looking at a bogey here on number 1. Let's try to keep the bogeys to a minimum. 400-yard par 4. That should come back into the fairway. Ain't gonna be winning no long drive contest though, I reckon. 157 to the pin. That's looking wet, I think. No, it's going to let us play it as it lies. which I will always choose. Pretty close to being wet though. Shooting ourselves in the foot, playing some real rookie golf here. But ironically, we're rookies. Yay. I'm honestly surprised GSPro let that ball drop, but I am also thankful. 2, we're playing bogey golf here. But I don't want to be 18 over par at the end of the round, so somewhere we're going to need to sprinkle in some pars or better, right? Eagles are out of the question at this tee length. GSPro having a senior moment there. We're blocked out. Let's lay up. Play something smart to about here. Little draw on it. Hopefully it don't go somewhere dumb. Okay. Certainly developing some nice little calluses here. We do not wear a golf glove. Birdie look, but you ain't sinking a birdie at 29 feet, especially on the Pro Tour. You'd have to be so deadly accurate. Yeah, it almost amplifies your HLA, in my opinion. Something's being amplified, I can tell you that. Wrong club. Maybe we'd have been okay if the greens were soft. That was extremely lucky. Let's not pretend that had anything to do with actual skill. Wind's blowing hard to the left. We should be fine. Decent drive, decent ball speed, but running out of gusto a little bit here. Yeah, right in that bunker. We'll use the magic 58-degree wedge here to get out. 15 yards. 15 yards. Little par saver. Sounds like the neighbor kid's riding around on his motorcycle. I really love when he does that. Which means that the rain has stopped, which it doesn't look like it has. I wouldn't be out riding my motorcycle on the wet ground, but who am I to judge, right? Only God can judge. Is that what they say? Is that the going saying? Oh, we're hitting these woods so thick. Come on, baby. Driver's fine, but these woods, because you interact with the turf, your plane has to be perfect. That was almost a hosel rocket. That's when you know you need to keep your damn head on the ball. Never a better sign there was that you needed to keep your damn head down on the ball. This hole's gonna be pretty bad. Why are we already putting for bogey? Oh, probably because that little hosel rocket. This is probably going to be the worst hole we've had so far. Didn't advance the ball on one of those shots, and that kind of screws you pretty good. Really don't like doubles. That double literally doubled my score. Got a healthy tailwind here. Not a bad shot. Definitely running out of gusto. I'm glad it's almost time to go in. Almost dribbled it into the hole. Score is growing. It is growing. Here's the hole where you start out behind a tree. Hopefully hit yourself a little toey draw, which I will attempt to demonstrate here. That ball is not drawing at all. It's got a slight fade, actually. Not a bad shot. But we will be hitting out of the long stuff and over a bunker. Pulled that pretty bad. Just a little toey. Need to do a better job of hitting off the center of the club. That will not be good enough for a gimme. I stand corrected. Oh, I don't mind being wrong there. Bash the ball straight down the pipe on this hole, assuming you possess that ability. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sadly, I think we've done that on this hole more often than not. I think you see that big wide open fairway and you get a little greedy and then you hit a toey piece of shit shot like that. It's not much else to say. And I don't know why we're not aimed at the green. We would want to be aimed right here, wouldn't we? Another toey shot. Oh, right into the heart of the bunker. Those toey shots, buddy. Like that was barely on the lines on the club, which is leaving us a bit of a predicament, but we should be able to get out pretty clean. Really clean. I didn't see Shankum Birdie's put in another message. He said he just got done doing the, I'm guessing he means bag mapping. You don't really need to do the bag mapping. It's mostly for your own entertainment. Because the club that's listed here in the bottom left of the screen doesn't correlate to the club you need to use. You'll never see me change that because it doesn't matter. But it's useful so you know your distances. It's another function I wish GSPro had, was to let you map more than 14 clubs. Why, you ask? I don't know. Sometimes I have more than 14 clubs in my bag. Especially if I'm experimenting with driving irons or something. Or if you're experimenting with hybrids or oh, GSPro, what are you doing? Sheesh. Sheesh. When in doubt, blame the software or blame your launch monitor or blame your congressperson. But thou shalt never blame thyself. Golf is hard. You should be able to blame the weather or your golf clubs or your wife or your dog, but you shouldn't have to blame yourself. I digress. I'm kidding. It's always you. Bad news. It's always you. Like one of my buddies is he's a pretty high handicap golfer. We started around the same time, but he hasn't practiced nearly as much as I have. And that was So toey and fat. He was talking about going and getting a professional fitting and buying a brand new set of like super expensive clubs and getting them fitted. And while I have no doubt that that would help, I wouldn't get like a professionally fitted set of clubs until I was, I don't know, like single digit handicap and I was trying to shave strokes. I know there's a lot of different thought processes on that, but why would you go get a professionally fitted set of clubs when you still haven't figured out your swing yet? You know? Seems counterproductive and expensive as shit. Like my swing changes every week. Right now I'm doing this Jim Venetos swing where I have my stance super closed. Next week I might be in a neutral stance. The week after that I might be back to a closed stance. The week after that I might be playing one length irons, you know. It's counterproductive to me. But who the hell am I, right? I'm just some gorilla playing golf in his garage on a rainy day. Okay, we ain't doing too bad, guys, especially for being on the Pro Tour. Tips. Tips is just scary. We may not get to that. Yeah, I've heard good things about those AI smokes for sure. But the thing is, dude, you could go get those clubs fitted. Unless that's what you mean. Now that I think about it, that's probably what you meant when you said that. Because I think you can get a professional fitting for like $300 or $400, and they'll have their little machines there, and they'll fix the lie and fix the loft and do all of that stuff for you. Change your shafts if you want to. I don't care what happens here other than I don't want it to be in the water. We've already taken enough penalty strokes on these rounds we've been playing for a lifetime of golf. That might actually be a golf shot, folks. Nope, it's deep. Son of a biscuit. Son of a biscuit. All right, we're short-sighted. This is going to be a toughie. Maybe hit a floppy flop here. Oh! If that had hit the fringe, I think we'd have been in the money, honey. Guys, it's time to start watching Halloween movies. Crazy, we're already watching Halloween movies, and then we'll be watching Thanksgiving movies, and then we'll be watching Christmas movies, and then it'll be time to start a whole new year, the year 2026. Oh, give me something. Stupid bogeys. Ooh, a short par 3. It's not Screen's not too terribly small. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. We do have quite a bit of wind blowing. I believe that was toey. We will be in the fairway. I'm running out of juice, boys. I'm running out of juice. We got a few holes left to go, and then we'll have effectively hit well over 1,000 balls just today. I usually only hit about 1,000 or 1,500 a week, but pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, boys and girls. Pretty crazy what the human body will put up with. But luckily, I have some Motrin 800s in the cabinet from when I was on active duty, because I'm gonna need one. Everything's starting to hurt already. Bounce right. It sort of bounced right, and then it didn't. Look at that window we've got to hit through. That's not awesome. We're just gonna blast one through here as hard as we can, kind of like your dumbass would on the real golf course, and see what happens. Another nice toey shot. That was almost a toenail. Guys, you got to keep your head down on the ball, because now I got to go 184 yards. I don't want to. My body hurts. Luckily, it's a par 5. Maybe we'll be on in 3. Nope, toey again. Maybe we'll be on in 4. 4! Ah, ah, ah. Not a bad shot. Maybe we'll be on in 5. Ah, ah, ah. You stupid. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Fifteenth hole, 4 holes left. Hell of a tailwind. Tell you what, if you're going to get a hold of one, do it here. No! Oh, no. That wasn't even toey. That thing was just like heading left and dropped out of the air. I thought it would be more toey than that. $68 United States of America yards. Oh, it hit a branch. Shiza. Okay. The round is drawing near a close. Get up there. Get up there. Shit, it's gonna make me putt. Oh, dude, robbery, robbery. Somebody call the police. Okay, 16th hole. We're doing not too bad, especially for somebody of my lack of ability. Oh, I don't like that. Bounce your sorry butt up on the green, please, and thank you. The management. The management would like you to get your sorry butt up on the green. Let's hit a, let's use the 54 for the bump and run here. It was bumpy, but it wasn't quite runny enough. Oh, I didn't hit it. Shoot. Okay, a couple of holes left. Must take an Epsom salt bath or something, because I'm going to be in bad shape here. $116. Unfortunately, maybe there. Where are you aiming there? We want to go right here, right there. There you go. Burglar of turds. She's short. How is that ball so short, dude? It's like my mom hits further than that. Like if I handed my mom my wedge, she would hit a lot further than that. That, however, was a good shot. Let's see if we can keep it under 10. 18th hole, 430-yard par 4. This will conclude the Pro Tour for me. High fade. Might be on the fairway, but it won't be very far. I'm thinking maybe 225, 230. $189 to the pin. Let's hit an easy 7 wood. I'm tired. I need a bath, and I need some leftover pizza here. Oh, I did it again. Okay, that brought us a bogey. So we'll finish, it looks like unless I duff something pretty bad, we'll finish 9 over. 49 yards to the pin. Let's hit something. We obviously don't want to be on the pin or we're going to go too far. But I would have liked to have been a little closer than that. Again, that duffed second shot pretty much guaranteed a bogey. Uh-oh, maybe a double bogey. These putts are getting super difficult to make the higher up we go in the tours. Looks like we saved the bogey, 9 over, Pro Tour concluded, achievement earned. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's shut down the lab software. Exit application, exit. Let's head quick into the SGT website and see where we're standing here. My profile, tours. I don't actually know how to look at any of that crap. Guys, I don't even know how to look at this crap. My world golf ranking is 547. 547 out of 3,500. Shit, that ain't bad. Apparently I don't have an avatar. My subscription expires. Shit, my subscription expires in like 4 days. Did not know that. There's got to be a better way to look at this. Okay, yeah, okay, I got it. So if I type my stupid name in here, there's a guy named Turbo, and then there's old Turbo Talon here. And I'm in 103rd place on the Web Plus Tour at 15 over. That isn't too bad. Did we do web? Well, now hold on. Let's go back a screen. Because everybody cares so much about this. Turbo. And we go to my stupid ass. No, I want to go back. Man, I am really making this more difficult than it needs to be. If we go by net score, I have to put my stupid name in again, and I'm 94th net. Let's have a gander at the Pro Tour. Click on the little cup, select net, select my A8, and I'm 218th on the Pro Tour net. This other turbo guy is #1 net in the Pro Tour, which is pretty sweet. Let's go check a couple of league events out. #21st in the Joe Legowski net scorecard. So it looks like I get 6 strokes. All right, fun stuff. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This broadcast has been 3 hours and 9 minutes. Wow. All right, Turbo Talon Golf signing out. I'm not going to be able to play any more golf tonight. Maybe not tomorrow, but we'll see. See you guys later.